Alrighty, so here we have one hell of a ride. So we go back here, we got options. So we got scan lines, vibration, and controls. So you have left to steer, B to shoot, although I don't know why it says shut. We have A for nitro, X to change camera, Z to accelerate, and ZL to brake or reverse. So to continue here, so here's your hub area. That's the amount of money you've got right there where it says money. You have the score, you have the track or event selection. You have conditions on the right. I'll give you the class, the prize money, the number of laps, the type of race, number of rivals, whether or not weapons are allowed, and your best time, as well as your score. Then you have the ability to start the race, track selection, garage, shop, and main menu. I'm going to go ahead and do event race 5. Now there are a total of like 25 races. This is a arcade style racing game, similar to like Wipeout. I guess would be the best game to compare it to. Just a heck of a lot slower, and more along the lines of like Burning Road back on the PS1. Although obviously better graphics. But yeah, it definitely does feel more like Burning Road than really anything else. Overall, I mean, the music's okay. I feel like the sound effects overpower the music quite a bit, unfortunately. So that's why I say the music's okay. It does fit the game really well, though. I don't like track physics. I don't like the track physics at all. It pretty much feels like you're racing on ice. Unless you bring up your parts up, your part level up drastically. You're always going to continue to feel that way. Now I have my car upgraded pretty well, but even with its upgrades, it's not all that great. As you can see, I'm not doing too well. Now each lap, your nitro and your weapons replenish, and that's the only way to replenish your weapons and your nitrous. Which I think is kind of a missed opportunity. I think there should be items on the track that you can collect to go ahead and replenish those. But at the same time, not having them on the track kind of makes it so you have to get better at have these races and rely less on weapons and nitrous to get you through the race, which I definitely do appreciate. Now, one thing I don't like, hey, first place. One thing I don't like is that you can't shoot behind you, but your enemies can. And I'm not sure if that's because of the type of car they're driving or what the case may be, but that's something I've noticed. Also, you can't look behind you, which I think is kind of lame. Usually racing games you can do that. Let's go ahead and go to the garage. Okay, so here's the garage. So here you can buy more nitrous, you can buy more weapons, you can do engine upgrade, armor upgrade, absorber, or tires. And it'll tell you what each one does. I'm not going to buy anything just yet, because I think I can buy a new car. I'm going to try to buy a new car here. The reason I'm going to buy a new car over upgrading my cars because you have to have a new car to enter the next set of races. And you'll find that that's going to be a common theme. Okay, I got $600, $6,000 to buy a new car, which is slightly better than what you're currently driving. So I'm going to go and buy it. There's no confirm. There's just you buy it, and that's it. It is, your old car was sold at auction. Oh, goody. Well, that's I guess cool, I guess, but it's kind of lame, because what if I wanted to use that car? I mean, wow, you get money for it, but all the money you pour into the upgrades don't. That's oh, man, that's lame. All right, let's go ahead and get some upgrades. Go and do an engine upgrade for 1,500. Let's do a nose harbor upgrade, and let's do a tire upgrade. Okay, and that's really all I have money for, so that'll be that. And now I'll be able to do the next event. So it gives you incentive to keep playing, but is it worth it to keep going? Well, I mean, yes and no. The game does feel very repetitive, in the sense you have to keep racing in order to earn money, in order to continue. Which wouldn't be so bad if the game was, I guess, just a little more polished. The game doesn't feel all that polished, really. It feels kind of messy. But I guess at the same time, that's kind of its charm. I mean, it's very old school feeling, but modernized as far as the way the graphics look. Definitely better than what you find on the PS1, but it feels very much like a PS1 era game. And I think it's what the developer was going for. So it's not a bad game by any means. It's just a whoa. I would say it's just a I guess rougher on the edges. Would be the best way to put it. It's definitely a game that takes some getting used to, and yeah, that's about what I'll say about it. I mean, like I said, it's not a bad game. It's just it just could use some quality of life improvements. You know, being able to look behind you, fire behind you, which is really lame that your enemies can do it and you can't. Or opponents can do it and you can't. Also having items on the screen to replenish your nitrous, or maybe even just like one or two. Maybe no, I know. Make it so that your nitrous and or your weapons replenish after you kill an enemy. That'd be nice. Give you just a little bit of an edge when racing. Also, maybe an upgrade to the physics, because it feels like I'm racing on ice all the time. Regardless of what track I'm racing on, I am racing on ice. And it's terrible. It feels terrible, and it's part of the reason why I don't really care to continue playing the game. I mean, there's 25 races, and yeah, it's a fun game, but the lack of physics, the fact that I can't look behind me, the fact that I have to go through 4 or 5 different races before I get money enough to be able to upgrade my car or continue the game, is just, it feels like a slog. It feels like a chore. So I think that with some quality of life improvements, this game would be a lot of fun to play, and definitely worth continuing playing to progress through the game. Also, I will say that the camera, the first-person camera. Okay, here's not so bad, but in the first car I had, when I had the first-person view, it felt like you were really high up above the hood, and so it just felt off. which means that is a nitpicky thing. But come on, the physics need to be fixed, guys. The physics are terrible in this game. Give the tires some frickin' traction. Please. It needs to happen. I need to feel like I'm racing on a track and not racing on ice. I mean, yeah, sure, the track is polished. Okay, great. But it's not that polished where the tires have traction. Come on. So yeah, in short, do I recommend Hell of a Ride or One Hell of a Ride? I'd say yes. For those that are looking for an arcade-style racing game that is the throwback to the PS1 era style games of yesteryear, I'd say yeah, definitely go for it. It is a decent game despite my issues with it. Now, if you're looking for a modern game that's got some great gameplay, is this that game? No, it's not. It's definitely not. There are better games out there, better racing games out there than this. If you want that kind of experience, but if you want a retro-style arcade game that goes back to its roots almost too much, then yeah, this game is definitely for you. And I would definitely recommend it. It's a fun game despite my issues with it, and I've been having fun with it despite its repetitive nature. That was lame. That was really lame. Okay, so that'll do it. I want to thank the publisher for the very opportunity. This game is a decent game, although could use some quality of life improvements. I would thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. As always, until next time, take care and happy gaming.